Hi, welcome to the first edition of Focus on Finance. Focus on Finance is produced by the nonprofit arm of Consumer Education Division of the Wright Legacy Group. Today, our guests are the managing member of the Wright Legacy Group, Steve Wright, a senior of John Hardin High School, Eddie Legaspi, and also a senior of John Hardin High School, Ashley Dowdy. We will be covering a lot of information today in our program, and I will provide you with an email now, melanieparker@wrightlegacygroup.com, and also a web address, www.wrightlegacygroup.com. You can go to either of those information sites to get the information we had today, as well as some resources for college solutions. Steve, can you share with us the reason that your objective for producing Focus on Finance?
Yes, through the Wright Legacy Group, which I'm the managing member of, we have a nonprofit arm called the Consumer Education Division. And we have found that throughout the community there's a lot of people that have a lot of questions about financial issues. And today we're going to tackle a financial issue of how to cut the cost of going to college. So in a broad sense, during these shows, we want to be able to give consumers some good information. We have a takeaway today that they can email us for on the matters that we're going to talk about, and really just to give them a good overall concept of areas like we're going to talk about taxes, home ownership, and again today, saving for college and paying for that education. So Focus on the Finance is going to be a show here where we're going to bring in local experts to basically inform the public and to educate them on matters that are close to their heart right now.
Great. Thank you, Steve. With that said, once again, our seniors from John Hardin, College Solutions is our topic today. Eddie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Eddie Legaspi. I'm a senior at John Hardin High School. I play soccer and I'm very interested in mission work with my youth group, and I plan to attend an out-of-state college.
Okay, thank you. And Ashley, tell us about yourself.
I'm Ashley Dowdy from John Hardin. I'm a senior. I'm interested in international business and French. I do plan on going out of state if I can find enough scholarships and money to pay for it.
Okay, great. I'm sure you two have a lot of questions about college as seniors.
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
All right, let's move on. Are there any questions you'd like to ask Steve, Eddie?
Yes, sir. I am interested in pursuing an MBA in entrepreneurship and doctorate in theology. What is the first step to start saving for college?
With many things in life, the first step is to start when you're born, okay? Which means that basically your parents and grandparents, if they could start saving for college when a baby is born, that would really have tremendous impact on the amount of money available later in life. But once you get past that step, as you start making your first chores, jobs that you do as a youngster and an early teen, saving some of that money aside would really be very, very helpful. The sad fact is that of all the college tuition that is paid, only 15% of that is covered by grants and scholarships, which means 85% of that tuition bill is going to be paid out of pocket, either from your parents, yourself, or your own income and stuff. So paying for college is definitely, on average, is something you guys save for on your own. Okay. Earlier the better.
If you get to high school and you don't have that nest egg per se, is it too late to start thinking about paying for college?
No, it's not too late. It just puts you behind quite a bit, meaning you have to be very aggressive in your savings. When I went to college, I actually worked. I worked, helped farmers around locally, worked at a local franchise restaurant, so I had to pay as I went. And that gets very difficult when you have to pay as you go. But it was possible, and I was able to pay my way through. But it's not too late. It just puts it a little tougher to get there.
Well, the good news is there's a lot of Kentucky student financial aid available.
Yes.
Are you familiar with any, Ashley?
Keys money. I've heard a lot about that, but I don't know if you can transfer that if you go to state or if it stays here.
Yeah. The Keys money is the Kentucky Educational Excellence Scholarship money. It is only in-state money to attend in-state colleges. It doesn't transfer out of state. The good news, though, about going out of state, though, is that many colleges out there are really looking to be diverse in their geographical population of where their students come from. If you can find colleges, and we have many different websites and sources that we're going to be able to hand out at the end of this program, if you can find a college that matches what you're looking to do, international business, many colleges, that's one of their primary majors and focuses. If you can find those colleges out there, they're going to be very aggressive in attracting you. And particularly if that college is out of state, they're wanting to be able to boast basically that they have students from many different states as part of their incoming freshman class. So no, Keys money does not transfer out of state, but yet you have an advantage in what you're looking to do.
And both of you are interested in going out of state, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Steve, can you tell us if there are GPA requirements for Keys money?
Yes, there is, and they're very, very flexible, very liberal actually. If you maintain a 3.0 GPA average, 100% of the Keys money you get to keep each semester and maintain. If your GPA drops below 2.5, you may lose it for just that semester, but if you bring your grade point average back up, you re-qualify for the Keys money.
And what about KESPT? I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard KESPT is another Kentucky Student Financial Aid program.
Yes, KESPT is the Kentucky Educational Savings Plan Trust. This is a good way to save for college, particularly the younger the better. Parents, grandparents is a good way to contribute some money into this plan where you're going to get a lot of benefits. You're actually going to take pennies that are contributed early in the life of that child, and they're going to be leveraged and made into dollars when it's time to come to pay for college education. A very good plan, like a 529 plan for paying for college education.
Okay, and what about KAPT?
Yeah, KAPT is another good plan, a Kentucky Affordable Prepaid Tuition. And as the title implies, the prepaid tuition, you're actually hedging against inflation. You're actually paying for tuition today to be used at a future date. It's a very good plan to kind of lock in the cost of college, you might say, and a good plan for particularly parents and grandparents to contribute to the education of their children and grandchildren.
Okay, great. Eddie, are you familiar with any other financial student aid?
I've heard of FAFSA and know the basics of it. Is there any way you could break that down or discuss FAFSA in any detail?
Yes, FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. FAFSA is a form that every student needs to fill out as early as possible in what is the second semester of your senior year in high school, which means January 1st, okay? Now, the difficulty with filling it out very early is that you have to have your tax information from your parents' tax information from the previous year, which means they usually don't get that information until late January, early February. The earlier, the better. The FAFSA is just a broad form that you input in your family's financial information and things of that nature, and it gives what you get in return is based upon savings rates and things like that, what your expected contribution is, how much your family and you all should be able to pay. And then that form is used by different colleges to determine the amount of grants and loans that would be available to you all. Most awards by colleges are given out by April. Okay, so you get this FAFSA filled out by late January, February. Come March, April, you should have an idea of what different schools would be able to offer you in forms of grants and scholarships.
Okay, Steve, can you give us some ways to cut the cost of college?
Yeah, there are several ways that you can cut the cost of college. Lynn O'Shaughnessy, has written a book called The College Solution. I have met Lynn and actually had dinner with her one night with a group of other financial advisors, and she is the foremost authority on this subject in America right now. She writes columns for USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Money Magazine, many issues, and we have contact information actually where the viewers can email her and contact her directly about a lot of questions that you have here. She's put together, and again, this is one of the things that we'll be glad to email out to any interested individuals, this book, and then 12 ways to cut the cost of college. And you want to hit a couple of those there, and I'll explain them a little bit.
Sure. Look for discounts. What kind of discounts can you get for college?
Yeah. Believe it or not, college's prices and the tuitions are they're kind of like airline tickets. They are negotiable. You may contact a college out of state that wants you, and their price is this high, and another one wants you, and their price is this high, but you'd rather go here. You can use that leverage, say, look, this school has offered me X, Y, and Z for this price, but I'd really rather go to you, but if you can give me a discount, I'd be able to come. And they have the ability to discount it.
Great. Okay. In their research along the way looking for colleges, they're going to come across some language of financial fingerprints having to do with college and universities. Can you explain that a little bit for us?
Yeah, what you want to definitely do, you want to use the internet to your advantage. Go in and put in the school that you're looking to attend. Go into Google, put in the school you're looking to attend, the name of the school, and then comma data set. And what will happen is that you will get back a whole list of numbers about graduation rates for this college, what percent of students going there gets, how much they get in financial aid in terms of dollars and percentages. It gives you all the information about that college. Every college in America inputs this information into the common data set, and you need to use that to compare college A to college B. That's one of the most important things you can do.
Okay, can you expand on graduation rates for us?
Yeah, graduation rates, that's, boy, I tell you what, USA Today did an article a couple months ago, and this statistic will floor you. Of the incoming freshmen in a college this year, 53% of them will graduate in 6 years. Now think about that. It takes 6 years for a little over half of them to graduate. Now, that can take a tremendous financial toll on a family and for a student to go out into the workforce with a lot of student loans. What you've got to do, and that's what this common data set does, it tells you the graduation rates for these institutions. If you're looking at a college A and their graduation rate, a four-year graduation rate is only 60%, and you're looking at college B and their graduation rate for 4 years is 85%, even though they might cost a little more, it may pay you to go to that college because you're going to get out quicker. So that's something you really have to check on. How long am I going to be in college, and how much is it going to cost me overall?
Okay, in College Solution it talks about academic fits. What is an academic fit?
All right, that's what I was alluding to earlier, particularly with Ashley here and her international business degree. There's certain colleges out there that that's one of their primary majors that they offer. They want to be known that for graduating international business students. And so those are the colleges you want to approach. Those are the ones that want you more than anyone else. If you can be in the top third or top fourth of the percent of applicants, meaning with your grades, growing average, your ACT score and stuff, if you're in that top mix, they're going to offer you more aid than they will the rest of them because they want you. And with your MBA and your doctorate that you was talking about doing, there's colleges that have career track that are prep schools to better prepare you for what you're looking to do, Eddie. That's what you want to look to. And that's why you're very, very smart in looking to go beyond the borders of our state. You may find a fit in the state of Kentucky, but if you're looking to go outside the state, it's going to open up a whole new universe of colleges that will be wanting you, really wanting you.
And are there specific universities and colleges that are no loan schools per se?
Yes, actually there's a website that we have with our information, www.projectstudentdebt.org, and there are many schools out there that do loans. They have all grants. And there's a particular college here in Kentucky that you can go to on a work-based, almost all grant situation. So money can be overcome. The objection of money to go to college can be overcome. You have to do some work. And that brings a good point. This business of preparing to go to college is really a full-time, part-time job. I mean, literally, if you want to do it right, you've got to spend some time every day on it, researching with the internet and getting information from colleges, reading that information, and applying back and forth.
Makes you wonder how people got to college before the internet, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And Eddie, you're a soccer player, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Ashley, do you play any sports?
I dance.
You
I'm a
dance?
teenager.
Oh, that's a sport, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about athletic money.
Yeah, fantastic. On soccer, that's a great thing there. Many colleges, we all think of the big name Division I schools, and all their athletic programs and everything, which is great. But actually, more and more money is being offered and larger assistance in terms of scholarships at Division II and Division III schools. So Eddie, with your soccer skills, it is very likely you could find a school that we might even know the name of. Okay, but it doesn't matter, if their academic standards are high, and that you may be able to go there on a full soccer scholarship because they just need to attract players for that particular sport on there. And for lady sports, many scholarships go wasting in lady sports. Just wasting because they just don't have enough applicant or people don't know enough about that particular school. So if you don't care what the name of your school sounds like, man, the world's open to you for things like that.
So there are a lot of athletic scholarships sitting there just waiting for the picking. There you go. Get online this afternoon. Okay, financial aid myths. They are out there. Can you give us a few of those to avoid?
Eddie mentioned the FAFSA form. And people think, oh man, I got to tell them about everything I have, all my money, and no, we're not going to get any assistance. Well, one of the myths is on the FAFSA form, how much equity you have in your home. What your home is worth versus what you owe on it. If you owe anything, that's your equity. And they don't ask that question. They don't care. It just doesn't come into the figure there. The other myth is many people work and have 401ks at their workplaces or other individual retirement accounts. That is not asked on the FAFSA form. You can have $1 million in an IRA account and it doesn't have to be reported because that's considered retirement money for your parents. So it's basically, the reporting is very low, I guess you could say, in many ways. So it's basically income and savings.
Okay, you might want to stress when they should apply for their FAFSA. FAFSA would probably be, would you agree, the most common that they go online and apply for?
Yes. As we mentioned earlier, as soon as your parents or guardians get their financial information from the previous year, usually by the end of January, you want to get in and fill that information out quickly. So you can get that out to all the different institutions that you're looking to apply to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are there financial calculators available that parents can go into and kind of figure out what everything's going to cost?
Yeah, well, actually, Eddie and Ashley could probably use the calculators easier than you or I could.
Yeah, probably. You're right about
But
that.
you can go online. There's all kinds of financial calculators. You plug in earnings of parents, earnings you have and stuff. It helps you calculate what the cost's going to be, what you can expect to put in and things of that nature. A boatload of calculators like that.
Do you have some general information available about the average cost for colleges in the Kentucky
yes, we do.
area?
Zach Travis at our office was able to go in and get some very good numbers here. Don't let these numbers scare you, but on a national average, the cost of a public university is about $6,500 per year. Private colleges are about $25,000 a year. Okay, so almost 4 times as much to go to our private college. Here in the state of Kentucky, our public universities are about $8,000 a year, and our private colleges are just a little under $23,000 a year. So a big difference. But many times these differences in prices are made up through scholarships, grants, and particularly sports-related situations and educational scholarships that are offered by many universities.
Do you have any specific questions about for Steve about where to start?
Do you have any advice on taking out student loans for out-of-state colleges? I imagine that's something that a lot of students who go out of state eventually have to do or end up doing just because of the large cost that you just named.
Actually, there was an article just in yesterday, August 16th, AP put out a story about how colleges are boosting their lending. They're actually offering more loans for students, particularly out-of-state students, because of the recent downturn in the economy. Many parents and individuals that are prepared have been saving for college, have had to dip into those savings in order to pay monthly bills and just live week to week. So the good news is that many are boosting rates that they're going to loan, more loans and things of that nature. What you have to watch out for is, it's always in the fine print, what's the interest rate? When do I have to start paying this back? Is this a loan that I have to start paying back beginning the month after I graduate? Or do I have a grace period where it's like 6 months after I get into the workforce, I can start paying it back? So you've got to really understand, like any loan, the terms of the loan, how I pay it back, what's it going to cost me, and when I have to start paying it back, things of that nature. But the good news is more and more loans are available now for that.
And the word loan can be a scary word, especially at your age. And I'm sure Steve would agree, we encourage you to avoid loans if at all possible. Especially credit card debt, those type of things when you are leaving for college, and I'm sure your parents would agree with that. You're going to have a lot of people throw a lot of money at you, and you have to be educated and armed to say no thank you, and pursue the scholarships and grant avenues first and foremost.
Yeah, and one of the best things you can do is take your ACT test early and often. I had no idea you could take it more than once, and I could have improved my score a little bit. But the News Enterprise in yesterday's paper, again August 16th, gave an article about how the ACT scores in Kentucky, it's now mandatory that all juniors take them. Well, just don't take it in your junior year. Take it again and again. Improve your test score, because the amount of money you get on Key Scholarship is directly related to your ACT score. Okay, if you're staying in state. So you got to improve that ACT score, and this is a real great article in the News Enterprise about ACT scores and what needs to be done to improve them and things like that. So always be focused on, while you're in school, improving your situation as you go through.
Okay, and one thing that I just learned myself about the Keys money is that you earn it and it's yours, but they can also take it away. I'm assuming that you're both aware of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but you can potentially earn it back.
Yes.
Too, correct?
Right,
Which
yeah.
is very good, and that's a lot of money available to you at your fingertips. Steve, would you like any closing comments or tips for us?
No, preparing for college. I have a daughter who just graduated. We got her through in 4 years in May, but she did have to take some summer classes and a couple of during spring break type classes to make it in 4 years. That was just an imperative goal because of the cost of college to get through in 4 years. I have a son that a week from today will be flying out of state to college. So I'm right in the middle of this chaos. Melanie is about ready to have a daughter that's in college.
I have a daughter that just graduated, and then we have 4 more coming up. So there's still more to learn all the time.
So preparing for it is just, it's like anything in life, try to prepare early and often. But you all are way ahead of the curve in that you have a general idea of what you want to pursue. And having that narrowed down, you can really narrow down the colleges that want you. Okay? If they want you, they will make it where you can come and be affordable to come in there. Yes.
Steve, can you touch upon briefly the difference college education makes in your financial gain in your future?
Oh, yeah, fantastic. We did some research, and having a bachelor's degree over a high school degree, you will earn more than $1 million in your lifetime by just having that advanced degree, just a bachelor's degree. So if you want $1 million or more dollars going through your checking account, okay, and then saving a good chunk of that along the way, that bachelor's degree is just worth so much more. You go beyond to an MBA, it increases the lifetime earnings potential greatly, and a doctorate you mentioned also, Eddie, will increase the earnings potential tremendously. So it's just absolutely a boost in life to get that bachelor's degree. You'll earn so much more income during your lifetime. Yes.
And towards the end of their senior year, if they're like a couple that I have at home right now, they're thinking, oh, I'll take a year off. I'll backpack through Europe. I'll work for a year. I've been in school for 12 years. I just need a little break. And in a year, I am going to just jump right in and do great things in college. What do you think about that, Steve?
Oh, Eddie, any of your friends ahead of you, have they taken a year off?
I can't really think of any, actually.
Ashley and your
Yeah,
friends?
I know a couple that have decided they don't want to go and they want to wait, save up for a year, and then start going.
So what has happened?
They've ended up actually going to a community college. So,
Great option.
Right.
But they've continued their studies.
Yeah, they're
Fantastic.
doing it.
Continued
That's good.
studies at some level, fantastic. And community college, we've been talking about four-year colleges, but a community college is an excellent option, beginning point, to get some of your general ed out of the way, very cost-effective, and then take that as a format to go forward.
Right.
Absolutely great option.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, some seniors, I think, aren't quite ready. They're not quite ready to leave home, and community college is an excellent, excellent option for them. And some students just break the door getting out, ready to start their university experience. So every student and child is different, I'm sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us with Focus on Finance. We want to leave you with this. You have many resources available to you both on the internet, through your parents, and through your counselors at school. The number one thing you need to do is ask questions, research, ask questions, and research. Your counselors at school are a great resource for you. Their sole purpose in life is to help you strive and move forward with your future. So go to your counselor today, ask questions, and plan for your future. Thank you for joining us. I'm Melanie Parker Hibbard.